Hey guys, get ready because we are going to be decluttering, organizing, and speed cleaning today. Wait till you see this big transformation using all Dollar Tree products. So it was a dark and stormy, dreary day, so it was the perfect day to organize my closet. And here you can see what it looked like before. It was a huge mess. We barely knew what we had up in the closet. Nothing would ever stay folded. We just could not keep things organized. So there's so much that needs to be done. I'm going to be showing you easy, simple organization solutions that you can do in your home on a budget. So I started out in the morning by washing our bedding, and then I wanted to clean up the living room and the kitchen before tackling the big project upstairs in the closet. I also sprayed Tide antibacterial spray on the mattress, and I wanted to let that air dry while the bedding was getting washed. And I also, I always like to just tidy up before I tackle a big project because it just makes me feel good knowing things are at least tidied up before digging in and really getting things done.
I'll never hold you back, so you can cross that off. I don't believe myself, I know you have needs, but baby, don't expect me to be like every other one. I won't give up, never force you to stay the same. I won't give you someone to.
So as I'm cleaning, I was going to have another cup of coffee because I was just tired with the dreary morning, but I also wanted a little snack to pick up my energy and keep me going because I knew I had a long day ahead of me. So instead of another cup of coffee, I was eating a Verb energy bar as I pick things up. I also eat these in the mornings before my workouts because when I wake up to work out, I feel like I have to drink all this water so I'm properly hydrated, but then I also need my caffeine. And I also feel like I need to get all my coffee in before working out, but then I would have all of this liquid in my stomach. So I started eating these as well before those morning workouts, the Verb energy bars, and it has solved that problem. And I also like eating them when I just need a little pick-me-up, a little snack, a little bit of caffeine to get me through my afternoons or while I'm running errands.
I wanna give you a million things, cause isn't love what it's all about? And how to make you smile again, something that I wanna figure out. I wanna catch you like every time that you fall. I wanna give you the world.
Being 100% honest and transparent with you. Honest truth right here. These bars are really good. Each bar contains 65 milligrams of caffeine and they're only 90 calories. The caffeine is also made from green tea, so you don't get the normal jittery feeling that sometimes people get from when they drink coffee. So it's kind of nice just for me to get a little jolt of caffeine, and then I also get a snack along with it to give me the energy that I need. They're also gluten-free, dairy-free, and vegan, and all of the ingredients are clean, simple ingredients. I've been putting them in my running fanny pack for longer runs or throwing them in the diaper bag when we're out running errands with the kids. They are just an easy and convenient way to get in some energy and a snack at the same time. And sometimes I actually look forward to it because they really do taste good. I love the chocolate chip banana bread flavor. It truly tastes like a snack to me, like I'm having a treat. They have 6 core flavors: vanilla latte, salted peanut butter, which I really can't wait to try, double chocolate, blueberry crisp, lemon raspberry, and coconut chai. And I was also browsing their website the other day and I cannot wait to try the cookie butter and the pumpkin spice latte in the fall. If you guys want to give Verb bars a try right now, they have an amazing deal. If you click the link in my description box, you can try out their starter kit for only $8.95 plus free shipping. Starter kit contains 1 full bag of 12 bars and your flavor choice, plus 4 extra bars and their top selling flavors for you to try, and free shipping is included in that. So with all of that, you'll get 16 bars and free shipping for less than $1 per bar. And if you do try them out, let me know what flavors you try, what you like, and I'll also keep you guys updated when I try some new flavors.
Someone like you.
And I do really want to thank Verb for partnering with me on today's video.
Yeah, I just need someone like you. Someone like you. Yeah, I just need someone like you. Someone like you.
So I know I didn't say this earlier in the video, but the girls were with my parents for the day, so that's why I was able to get all of this done. And honestly, I had not planned on cleaning the stovetop or a few extra things here in the kitchen, but it was one of those situations where I just could not stop. I was just really feeling it this day. I was feeling good, feeling like I just wanted to get as much stuff done as I could since I didn't have the girls and I could clean uninterrupted. So I did a few things, extra things downstairs before going upstairs to tackle the closet. And honestly, every single year I always declutter the closet, like go in, take out clothes that I haven't been wearing, but I've never properly organized the closet. This was the first time that I've actually organized it. And I guess when it comes to our closet, nobody sees it. So I really wanted to try to do it on a budget. I mean, I think Dollar Tree products are always ideal, but the problem is sometimes you can't find the products you need. But my goal was to really try to make it work for the closet. So I started out by pulling Mike upstairs and we took down all of his clothes from the top. They're mainly his because he can reach up there. And then I was separating them into piles. Not to mention, while I was doing all of this, I was also getting laundry done. So multitasking as always. But the plan really was just to remove as much as I could from the closet before cleaning and then organizing. So getting everything out that I could, so I could just really give it a deep clean. So I was taking everything out into the bedroom and then I was going to clean the closet, but I was also going to organize things into piles, like put like items together. And so I was kind of doing that by putting them all in a pile so then I could organize those piles into individual containers. And with organization or any organizational project, I like to do pre-work. So that is the most important part about organizing a space. So step number one, when you're going to organize any space, is do the pre-work. Do not just go to the store and just start buying things that you may want for a space. I usually do a visual look of the space that I'm going to organize first. Like go in, take a look at, kind of assess everything, see what I know I'm going to declutter, what I'm going to get rid of, and then I take a look at what I have and what I want to keep. And then I go online and browse organizational systems for the specific stuff that I have. So for example, when I was assessing what we had in our closet, I knew we had a lot of big, bulky sweatshirts and jeans. And I knew I needed big buckets or really big baskets for those items. And then other than that, we have a lot of space to hang stuff up. So it was really like the big, bulky items, like sweaters that we don't necessarily, like it's off season, that I wanted to organize. And then I have a lot of leggings and pants, and I wanted to be able to roll them up so I could, like they don't need to be perfectly folded or anything. They're leggings. So I just wanted to be able to roll them up and lay them all together so I can pick out the specific pants or leggings when I needed it. So I took stock of all of that, had an idea of how many groups of things that I had. So each type of legging, sweatshirts, whatever. And then I went shopping and looked for things that would work with the items I had.
I shouldn't stay. I feel the pressure on me, how it's itching under my own skin. It's getting real hard to breathe. I gotta move on right now. I feel the pressure.
And then once you do the shopping, honestly, I think the pre-work is the hardest part of organizing, because you're just making sure, I guess, getting an idea of what you actually need for the space and then shopping for it. And then I take everything I can out of that space. So like I said, I took as much as I could out of the closet, and then I wanted to deep clean that. And that included cleaning the carpets in here, because I've never cleaned the carpets in the closet. Now, obviously, it's not a high traffic area, so I've never really been concerned about deep cleaning the carpets. We don't wear shoes in the closet, but you still have dust and dog hair and all of that. So I figured while everything was out, it was the perfect timing to get in here, clean the carpets, clean the walls, vacuum before organizing.
Gotta move on right now. I feel the pressure. Ooh, when did I get so blind? I didn't see this coming. Ooh, I should have heard faith calling, trying to pull me out. But had
There's probably a lot of you guys sitting here thinking, man, I need to organize the space in my house or that space. And if you're overwhelmed and don't know where to start, what I suggest is don't put so much pressure on yourself. Don't rush yourself. Take a deep breath, take your time, and just work a little bit at a time. A lot of you guys aren't going to have a full day like I had to do that. I mean, unless you can send the kids to your parents for the day. But I'm sure if you do that, there's a lot of other things that you'd want to do. Now, I'm just getting lucky because my mom's been taking them a couple days a week up until July, when she has to go back to work full time. But in a normal situation, like I said, when my mom goes back to work, I'm not going to have this option. So what I would do if I was filming this another time, I would break it all up slowly, and I wouldn't put a time frame on it. I hate rushing with organizing projects, because I find that when I rush, it just doesn't turn out well. So just don't put too much pressure on yourself. Don't rush. Just do a little bit at a time. And don't forget to do that pre-work. You have to spend some time assessing what you have in your closet and searching online for some organizational solutions before you go shopping. You need to know what you need, what you are looking for when you go shopping. Like, some people like to hang a lot of clothes up. Other people like to fold them up. A lot of people like to have things tucked away and they don't see it. Other people want to be able, like my leggings, I wanted to be able to see them all. I didn't want to put them up high. So depending on what you have, what you want to do with it, that all makes a difference.
Won't you come and lay down next to me? Close your eyes and we'll be free.
So now that everything is out and clean in there, now it's time to do the actual organization. So this is all of my stuff, and then I have all of Mike's stuff down here. His is already decluttered and put into piles, so that's easy. And then for mine, I'm just gonna go through, declutter, keep them in piles, and then I'll start organizing.
Tear down these walls, our destiny has called. We're walking down a path, and the wind will change at last, like a song about our past. So I'll just close my eyes and dream about our kids and how they're running around. Won't you come and lay down next to me? Close your eyes and we'll be free.
So I found these buckets, which I've used in other organizing projects from the Dollar Tree, but I thought they would be perfect to put on top of the closet. They have nice handles. I like how they're white and bright, and we have all of that space. And honestly, most of the clothes up there are seasonal clothes, or like out of season clothes, Christmas sweaters, things that we don't necessarily wear on a daily basis. So it's just nice to have it all up there, organized and contained and concealed, because before I would try to fold everything and have it all neatly stacked up there, but things never stay that way. Mike is also guilty of just kind of tossing his sweatshirts up there, and I feel like if you have bins or baskets for things, they're more likely to stay organized, because even if you have someone like Mike, which Mike is not a slob, he's not a messy person, but he's just not very particular about where things go, and it doesn't bother him if things aren't neatly organized or aren't neatly folded. So he would just throw things up there. But if you have bins, then he's going to be more likely just to roll it up, put it in the bin, and at least it's contained, it looks nicer, and he's more likely to follow those rules if everything is contained.
I remember the day when we started talking. We were kids and I knocked down all of your marbles, but you did not seem to mind at all. We took our bikes to the lake after school each day and skipped many stones from the beach. And one thing you said was, listen, I will have your back away. And now we're grown up, I don't really see you enough. There's too much to be done, yeah, it's no fun. But even if we're far apart.
So I know we have a lot of Christmas sweaters. We have a family party every year where we have to wear something funny, some type of funny Christmas pajamas or sweaters. And then we also have friends who have a party. So we've kind of collected things over the years and we just kind of rotate them out. But when it came to organizing my leggings, I didn't really know what I wanted. At first, I was kind of thinking of using drawer organizers that I have in the twins' room. You know, those like, they're kind of fabric and they have the dividers. But I was looking at them and I just didn't love the price of how many I would have to get for my leggings. And I know you can get some from the Dollar Tree, but I've read a lot of reviews on them and they say that they're not the best long term. They don't really last. So I didn't want to go that route. Plus, I couldn't find them at any of my Dollar Trees near me. I have a lot of Dollar Trees within a half an hour of my house, but none of them have had it. So I came across, I think they're like dish pans. Honestly, I don't know what they are, but I was like, wait a minute. I could probably roll up my leggings, because leggings almost have like I knew they would all, if I rolled them up, they would all fit nicely in there. And I had all of, like, the Dollar Tree had a ton of these bins, so I knew I could get as many as I needed. And they ended up working out perfectly for my space. So sometimes when you go shopping, you may have an idea of what you're looking for and what you're going to get. And then you may get there and they don't have it. And you may find something else that works even better.
You're solid like a granite stone.
Okay, so I know I have so many leggings, but it's pretty much what I wear every day. But I don't know if you guys are like me, but I have, like, depending on what I'm doing, what my mood is, if I'm gonna see other people, if I'm going out in public, if I'm not going out in public, like, I have my different pants. So, like, my super huge, like, when I'm just not feeling it, I just want to be super comfortable, I have those pajamas or pajama pants. Then I have like my cute leggings that I like to wear. I have my joggers. I have like my baggier joggers, my colorful joggers, and then these are like just my regular black leggings that I wear. I have some like super comfortable ones that I'll wear to bed, but then I also have just like my everyday leggings that I'll wear if I have to go run errands or things like that. But I don't know if I'm a little crazy, if you guys know what I'm talking about, but I have different pants, different leggings for different occasions: bed, hanging around the house, lounging, wanting to be comfortable, or I'm going out in public. So I'm gonna wear leggings, but they also need to be somewhat presentable. So I even tried to group my leggings into certain buckets, or I'm sorry, my jeans into certain buckets, like jeans I wear a lot in the summertime, like the lighter jeans, and I put those in one bucket, and then my darker jeans another one, like my cropped ones, and a bucket. So I was just trying to be smart about how I organized everything, so when I need something I can just pull the whole bucket down. And then I was going to label everything here once I got everything in the closet. I wanted to see how it looked, but then I was going to label.
Ooh, yeah, the boom boom bomb, it rocks my heart. Boom boom shake, tear me apart, baby. Your boom boom bomb, it rocks my world right, right. Hey hey, all I need, I brought the fire to your gasoline. Hey hey, take my heart and let it burn, let it burn. Hey hey, all I feel like playing fire just to feel the heat. Hey hey, take my heart and let it burn, let.
And then I have a few things that are on top of the wire shelf that goes around the closet that is kind of hidden by the clothes hanging. I just have a few things that I wanted to organize, and I found these bright pink baskets. Even though they weren't white, I couldn't find any white ones, and I really like the pop of pink. I know they're really hard to find, so when I found these I was like, I know I'll use them somewhere, so I grabbed those. Thought the color was really pretty, so I just wanted to put some things, like I have some of my bralettes that I wear daily, just right there, easy to grab. I also had like my no-show socks and my slippers that I was able to organize everything nice and neat. And also I like how it's kind of concealed under all of the clothes.
I brought the fire to your gasoline. Hey hey, take the heart. You're the opposite of me, like sun and rain, and drama on the TV is full of pain. But we're the good part, the happy ending, unexpected plot twist. We always save me. We're the good part, we never fake it. Even if it hurts, we always say it.
I made all of the vinyl labels with my Cricut Joy machine, and I just think it was the perfect addition. The black vinyl really pops off of the white containers, and I think labeling is just the extra step, kind of like icing on the cake to organizing. You definitely don't have to label. I don't label when I organize every space in my house, but now that things are labeled, I know without a doubt things will stay organized because I will make sure I put things in the proper bins, where they go.
Our feelings never tense. We don't need no water under the bridge. We're the good part, the happy ending, unexpected plot twist. We always say we're the good part, we never fake it. Even if it hurts, we always say it.
And then when I'm done labeling, I will give you guys a little tour of the closet. And then there's still some more cleaning that needs to be done because, believe it or not, I had gotten started so early in the morning. I had got all of this done by like 2 p.m. and we weren't picking up the girls up until closer to dinner time. So I was going to do some more cleaning downstairs, like vacuuming and mopping.
We're the good part, the happy ending. We're the good part, we never fake it. We don't need like it just like that. Kinda like it like that. Kinda like it like that.
What do you guys think? I will tell you right now, I love it way more than I thought I would. I wasn't really sure how things were gonna get pulled together, especially with the Dollar Tree, because those are not meant for clothes organization, so you just never know how it's gonna turn out, but I'm in love. Okay, so obviously I just picked things up off of the floor. We cleaned the carpets, vacuumed, I rearranged and decluttered all of our shoes. And then, so here I have my everyday bralettes that I wear. I have my no-show socks because I want to keep those separate from my like normal socks. And then over here I have all of my slippers. So I was able to contain all of those. So there is now nothing on that shelf. Everything is contained. And then up here I have these buckets that are labeled with everything. We kind of grouped it together based on my stuff and Mike's stuff. And it's nice because for the most part this stuff is not clothes that we wear every single day, so we're not gonna be getting up here every single day, but it's just kind of nice because like when we go swimming we know to grab the swim bucket, you know, like it's just easy to grab. And then Mike wanted his golf shorts over there. And then here we have my jeans and all of my leggings and shorts, like workout leggings, everyday leggings, you know how that goes, different leggings for different things, all of those right here. And it's honestly really easy just to fold them up really quickly and tuck them in. And I just like that I can easily see them all right here. So when I know I want a specific pair, I know where to go to get them. Okay, I love it. I'm in love. I even love it because, even more so because it was done on a budget, which is nice for an area that nobody sees. Anyways, I have some more cleaning I'm gonna do before we get the girls. So we'll continue on doing some cleaning downstairs. You know, I gotta take advantage of that free kid, or I gotta take advantage of that no kid time, right? But I hope you guys enjoyed this master closet organization, and if you go and organize your closet, let me know, send me pictures. It's always fun for me to see how you guys organize the spaces in your area.
Can you see me shaking? Hear the sound of my heart breaking. Bless the soul that's aching, hoping I survive. The feeling lingers on every day of every month, wishing I just could forget about you. The weight upon my bones makes it harder to move on. Oh, babe.
I was bagging all of the clothes up that we're going to donate. We have a local church in our town that kind of has a store for donated items, and not a store where people have to pay to get the items. It's people who are truly in need, who cannot afford clothing. They have they set it up like it's a store, and they can just go and pick things up that they need. So it's really nice to be able to have a place like that we can donate the clothes to. So I'm hoping to take those soon, but I think I saw this in a meme recently. It talked about when you need to donate clothes, you know how you end up letting the bags of clothes just kind of roll around in your car for a couple weeks before you actually take them. And I am totally guilty of that. Luckily now we don't really have as much room anymore with all 3 car seats and all like the 2 rows up. So there's really not a lot of space to let clothes sit in the car for a while, but luckily the church is close to Avery's softball fields where she plays softball, and she has a game this week, so I'm hoping to get them taken care of then.
Don't you feel that too? The feeling lingers on every day of every month, wishing I just could forget about you. The weight upon my bones makes it harder to move on. Oh, baby. Don't think that I'll ever forgive myself for losing you, or for losing you. Left all over when those dusty shells. Can't forgive myself for losing you.
But just talking a little bit more about some of the questions you guys have been asking me in other videos, someone had recently asked me a question about budgeting and how we do that. So I always find that pretty interesting, and it's something that you guys, if you have more specific questions about budgeting and money, you can let me know and I can try to answer, or rather have Mike answer those questions. I mean, he can answer it and I'll just do the voiceovers. But my husband, Mike, is a senior financial analyst, and he has worked with investments. He's worked in banks before. He's been licensed to invest money. He has his license for that. He has license to do insurance and all of that. So he has a lot of history with numbers and budgets. In his current job, for this big company, he's in charge of like they call it forecasting and budgeting and setting all that. So that's kind of his expertise. So he handles the budget for us, for our family. Obviously, I always know what's going on. We sit down, we kind of like make sure we're looking everything over, but he handles it. It's like second nature to him. So we don't really have struggles when it comes to budgeting. But that's his background. So if you guys have some questions, you can let me know. But I did ask him, like, what are some tips you would give someone? And he said, you just need to sit down, take the time, like just like I would do for meal planning or planning out my weekly routine and to-do list. Sit down and look what money you have coming in, what money you have going out. You just need to take the time to sit down and budget, set a weekly budget, set a monthly budget, and it's got to be realistic. So it was funny because he said, working with so many people, you know, I would see that people would sit down and they would set unrealistic budgets. So let's say you're like, all right, in order for us to save all this money to go on a vacation, we need to have a budget of $100 a week for groceries for our family of 5. But then every week you find out you're going over that. Like, you realistically cannot meet that. So you're kind of setting yourself up for failure. You have to be realistic, no matter how much you want to save. If your family of 5 cannot eat for $100, and I'm just throwing out like numbers because it's going to vary depending on where you live across the country, or what country you live in. But I'm just saying, like, it has to be realistic. And if you're just constantly going over your budget every time, then it's not going to work. So you have to be realistic about your budget. Something else, he found that a lot of times people don't have anything to aim for. So it's really important to have something that you're really saving. So it's like, I want to save for a house, or we want to upgrade our house, or we want to go on a big vacation next year. So it's like having something to aim for, I think, makes it a little bit easier to pull back on those spending habits. So it's like, keep your eye on the prize, have something specific to aim for, even if it's just growing your savings for something that you know you're like, I'll feel better if we have more in our savings. Even if it's just watching the money grow in your savings, have something to aim for. But those are just a few things that off the top of his head. Sit down, take the time to budget, make sure it's realistic, and have something to aim for so you have incentive. But if you guys have more in-depth questions, because I just don't want to keep talking about it, let me know down below. I totally forgot to close out this video, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. It was one of those situations where after this day, you guys, I was so exhausted. The next day after I did all of this, I was like hungover from cleaning. I was so tired and I just had no energy even the next day. Normally I don't get to do a lot of cleaning in one day, and I just did so much. I was exhausted, so I totally forgot to close out the video, but I wanted to say thank you. It's so important for me to say thank you, and sometimes words aren't enough, and I appreciate you guys not just watching, but watching until the end. So thank you. There will be a new video up this upcoming Thursday on July 1st, so stay tuned for that. I'm really excited about it. And one on July 5th. I'm not going to post on July 4th, July 5th. So stay tuned for that. I'll help you get cleaned up after the long holiday. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.